Today, I wanted to speak about what a farmer can do in January to help prepare for a successful year. And I've got 4 points. The first point is specifically for growers that sell at farmers markets, but the rest of them are for any small fruit and vegetable grower. So, okay, I've got it started. So January, just the off season, is the perfect time to plan and to really focus on your marketing efforts. Um, some four actions that I would advise any grower to do some market research on the market they want to attend, to look into some education and training, review their budgets and pricing from the previous year, and also focus on some customer engagement in that off season. So what market research entails is really, that would just be going to the market. The year prior, you could go to the market, do a little research beforehand. You could also reach out to the manager of the farmers market you'd like to attend, look at the vendors or the types of vendors that attend that market. They'll be your neighbors, their competitors. If you want to bring a new product to market, say you're an existing grower that already attends a farmer's market, you've been going for several years, but you'd like to bring a new product, think about those potential customers. And if they are the type of customers that attend that farmer's market you already go to, think if they're already going to be on that location, and how much competition there is at that market for that new product. A couple of things that also come along with introducing a new product would be additional licenses or regulations, rules that you need to follow, like the food safety rules, cottage food law. There could be additional cost depending on what market you go to, depending on the area you're in. Look and see if you can fill a niche within that market. You may not want to be the 30th person selling Better Boy tomatoes. Just really see if you'll be a good fit at that market, and think about who are your customers and do they want your product, and are they going to be at that market already. Food safety, I just wanted to touch on this a little bit because that's a big part of a lot of fruit and vegetable growers selling at farmers markets. A lot of y'all already sell your fresh produce, but processing can also be a good way to manage, what doesn't sell at the market, or if you just have a surplus of a certain item and you really need to follow the laws and the rules of that specific farmer's market, as well as statewide rules. And I also just wanted to throw out that some markets allow some acidified foods. That can vary market to market. But if you need pH testing for those acidified foods, I wanted to throw up Danny Ream's contact information. She's the contact for the whole state. And that's something that it varies market to market. But really, the food safety agents at Extension are revising the, I think it's the food safety course that they had, or it was the course focused on the cottage food law. They're revising that right now because the law was changed. So keep your eyes out for that. This coming spring, they'll be releasing that course. Another item that a grower could do in their off season would be to look for areas of improvement. Look for new ways to educate yourself with new technologies, new techniques, new processes. Extension is a great source for that. I even threw up a picture of Chip East at a muscadine meeting, where he was talking about how to prune your muscadines. Really attend as many of those as you can in the off season. Also, now would be a really good time to look into to research the different payment methods that you want to take, that you want to accept at your farmers market. So about every farmers market, people are going to take cash. Credit and debit cards have become a lot more common, but some other things that may not be as front on your mind would be those farmers market nutrition program vouchers. That can be with WIC, that can be the senior vouchers that you've probably heard about, and also farmers markets accepting SNAP payment. SNAP benefits is really growing in popularity, and look and see if you'd like to apply for that. There's also on the Farmers Market Authority website, they have links to Market Link, which is a program where you can apply for a grant to cover the cost of a chip reader. It's a reader that will accept SNAP benefits and credit and debit cards. You can apply for a grant to get that paid for, along with any processing fees. Really, that's the only thing these things can do, is broaden your customer base and make you more accessible to more customers. Another item I would advise growers to do is to look at their efficiency. Look at your financial statements, your budgets from last year, look at your prices from last year. Everyone knows that input prices have gone up over the past year, the past couple years. I even included this graph that shows the sharp increase in, that's fertilizer and fuel prices. Chemicals, they haven't varied too much. I think they've gone up a little bit, but really you can see the sharp increase on fertilizer and fuels, and that's going to impact your selling price. It's going to, first of all, it's going to affect your production cost, and that might affect the price at which you need to sell your products. So really just take a good look at those numbers. It's really good to anticipate the price increases of your own this time of year, just to see where you can make your operation lean in other aspects. January, or your off season, would also be another great time to look at your enterprise budget and update it based on, like what I just mentioned, the increased input costs. You can look at what you spent on fertilizer last year, look at what you spent on labor last year, and anticipate how it's going to be different, how it's going to be more this year. Say you want to give your employee a raise, you can put that into your enterprise budget and just see how much it affects your variable cost, your bottom line of each enterprise within your operation. The fourth thing that I would advise any fruit and vegetable grower to do would be to engage their customers, even in the off season. Everyone in Alabama knows, well, you can just tell when it's peak season, it's hot outside. You see fresh produce at any farmer's market on the side of the road, the corner by the highway. But right now, everyone, it's cold. We're all anticipating that. We're all really looking forward to that. And January would be a really great time to just spread more brand awareness, maybe show some of the behind the scene operations at your farm. Some of the reasons you really want to engage your customers are you just want to nurture those relationships. You want them, you don't think about your customers only May through August. You think about them all year long. You're always constantly thinking about your farm and what you can do to better your operation. And it also gives you more opportunities to grow the size of your customer base. So now that I've addressed kind of the why you want to connect with your customers during the off season, a couple of ways that you can do that would be email marketing, social media. Social media is probably the easiest way. You can post pictures behind the scenes, post pictures of you preparing the field, post throwbacks to last year, make everyone really excited for the upcoming season. The main takeaway that I want from this slide would just be to generate excitement for your peak season. I know I see these purple, these really colorful bell peppers. I can go to the store right now in January and I can buy green, red, and yellow bell peppers, or at least where I'm at, I do not see any purple bell peppers on the shelves. And that makes me really excited to know that spring is coming. Hopefully, I know it's cold now, it's bitterly cold, but that's a really good time to just reflect back on the past year and kind of grow excitement within your customers for the upcoming year. And hopefully that will just increase their turnout. They'll be really excited. They'll see your opening weekend, and they'll really just be thinking about it for months before you even have produce available to sell. That was all I had today. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I'd love to go more in depth on some of these topics. I tried to be as brief as I could.